The civilization upon Earth is in a turmoil trying to cope with changes being forced upon it that are causing so many problems throughout the world. It is inevitable now that you are passing through a period of great pressure calling for a new way of life. Now, tragedies elicit increasing amounts of compassion for those who suffer as a result of what happens. Fear grows weaker. We have grown accustomed to threats and intimidation, and the power of compassion is weakening the hold of negativity upon our consciousness. Even without our being aware that it is happening, the vibrations of humanity are rising and becoming more positive with a greater intention to care for the earth and to brighten our lives. We are so happy to connect with you now, in these times of ongoing expansion and inner liberation. There are many different lenses through which people are participating in and experiencing this shift in consciousness that you think of as ascension. We remind you, all choices are valid. We know that some of you are wondering about what is going on with ascension. You can feel and rightly sense that profound inner changes are occurring, and yet articulating them isn't so easy of late. Even for those of you who typically feel you can sense the shifts within your own experience, that dispenses with the old ways that have since ceased to be adequate for a civilization that is taking a new path that leads to peaceful coexistence. The problem is that few are ready for such monumental changes, yet the desire for a better way of life free from the threat of wars and the inequality has existed for a very long time. The future offers you opportunities to break the mold and set people free from famine or worse, and allow them to experience a simple life that holds happiness and freedom for all. It is in your destiny and simply awaits for peace to descend upon earth to share the bounties equally, so that all can enjoy life in a land of plenty free from all hostilities. It has to come soon as part of your evolution, and for those souls ready for a greater and more fulfilling experience. It is in your hands, and positive thinking for your future will help speed up the changes. There is a realm beyond polarity that exists right along with our world of duality. The point of separation is the thin line between fear and love, between diminishment and enhancement of life. In every moment, we must choose either one as our state of being. We are essentially loving or fearful. Most of us cycle back and forth. As we become more positive, we become heart-centered and moved by gratitude, joy, compassion, and love. These are the emotions of our essence, our soul and greater self. When we feel their presence within, we are transcending our ego-conscious self-limitations. Through our emotions, we can feel the energetic structure of our experiences. We can feel the radiance that we emit into the quantum field, attracting resonating energy patterns that become our experiences. Once we become aware of the cause of our experiences, we can take control of our personal lives and direct our experiences as we prefer. Anger and fear are life-diminishing. Joy and love are life-enhancing. We choose which one we resonate with. That is where our attention goes in creating the qualities of our experiences and determines which dimension we live in. Our state of being does not have to interact with the energetic patterns of experiences in our outer environment. We can choose our own vibratory presence. This is what is important in creating our experiences, not reactions to outside stimulus. And presently, this expansive field we often call the Divine Self is integrating all the expression of you from Alpha to Omega and infusing your cellular matrix and your DNA with the fullness of your being. So yes, there is big stuff happening. And with this, you are becoming even more lit up, within, infused with universal frequencies of your own harmonic expression. And that is how we see you. Lit up and expansive. Your field is brilliantly radiant and your energy system is opening up to new levels of resonance with the Earth, the ascending Earth. Earth continues to rise, expanding into increasingly higher light frequencies, and is calling to all the cells in your body, drawing you upward. And in doing so, this beautiful planet is giving you a very graceful experience of this extremely significant upgrade to your physical form. Because your bodies are made of earth, and Gaia is present in every aspect of your physical form, your shift into higher light is being preceded every step of the way by Gaia, and thus feels natural, feels like home, and is liberating the magical innocence of your true self here. However, life moves on and humanity has to get used to changing from what they were familiar with and try to understand the necessity for changes that will speed you into a new era. Be assured that it will be a great leap forward when you will find yourselves enjoying a better way of life. Obviously, as the vibrations increase, so will the negative energies reduce until a time comes when they will be non-existent. The dark ones will only leave when forced to do so and will have no option but to comply. Karma will no longer be carried forward and lessons that needed to be learned will have been dealt with. The future will be enjoyable and give you peace to follow your intuition and life plan. You will be sufficiently evolved to be positive in all activities that will still be arranged to enable you to continue growing. In such times, you will be able to visit other planets and meet your fellow travelers. Until now, the Earth has been quarantined to keep the lower energies in place and not allow them to interfere with other civilizations, and you will soon be released from them. It is time now to allow your thinking to include other civilizations you will meet who are far more evolved than you. They will have a lot to offer and help you understand what the changes mean and how they will affect you in a very acceptable way. You are travelers of the cosmos in the making, and it has always been your destiny. Thinking positively of the future will hasten it into being, as many of you are now ready for such experiences. Although we have believed the empirical world is physically solid and composed of particles of matter, quantum physicists have shown the smallest constituents of our world are actually rapidly spinning conscious energy centers that appear to us as particles. Our bodies and all material things are in reality complex interacting wave patterns of electromagnetic energy, having amplitude, frequency, wavelength, and polarity. All are expressions of consciousness. The vitality of every cell in our bodies is an expression of our consciousness. Our state of being is how we feel about ourselves. This expresses our energetic signature as the quality of our radiance. Everything is conscious and part of infinite consciousness that has its own identity. We can call it the consciousness of the Creator. It is the one who determines our innate essence as an aspect of itself, giving us access to infinite awareness, which we have self-limited in order to play in the human experience of duality. As we become aware of our unlimited self, we enable our mastery of all worlds through our ability to control the vibratory alignment of our awareness. We understand that the effects of all these changes for some time now have felt like they take up a lot of your energy, and that you wonder what is afoot. You know it is big because it feels very real to you that this is a deep and fundamental change occurring in the very nature of being here on Earth. And that is so. But in truth, there is so much love and so much grace surrounding you and infusing you that this is actually going really so very smoothly. Please take that in and know that you are being watched and attended to at such a personal and in-depth level by all that you are. Yes, but also by what you might consider your own family of light. Those non-physical beings who know you and love you and share resonance with your functional focus, your angelic lineage, or your particular archetype in this lifetime. There are in the non-physical so many ways you have affinity and collaboration, much like on Earth. And so many different beings are involved in the ascension of each human on Earth at this time. We are all very much in this together, and we love that. We hope you do too. It's a great joy to awaken and truly know, day to day, that you're part of this vast, rich, unified field of energy and light that is expressing in many unique ways, in many frequencies and forms, but all aligned in intent and ascending in an expansive wave of infinite energy and light. Together. We have told you many times that you are much more evolved than you realize, and have only been held back to keep you focused on the tasks you have been given. There will always be a greater life plan as you experience each stage of evolution, and so many of you have successfully met the challenge. You are on the verge of being cosmic beings, and that is your rightful level. So think of your future on a wider spectrum and make allowance for skills and abilities that may have seemed beyond your reach. We will as always be with you, guiding your efforts to remain positive regardless of what is happening around you. Keep centered at all times and stay positive, and you will continue on your path, and keeping calm will be your aim and your protection. Do not be thrown off your path by attempts to upset you and destroy your composure. Be assured it can be done, and as always, we will be with you, helping where we can. Many of you have traveled this path several times, and having learned the lessons presented to you, are on the verge of ascending. One day you will look back at your life and realize that it was perfectly planned to ensure your continuing evolution through your many lives. You have never been without help from beings who themselves have passed through the same challenges presented to you. Always know that there is a greater plan for your advancement, so you can be assured that whatever effort you put in will be well rewarded. We know you better than yourselves, which is why we can give you sensible advice that is in line with your needs. No one wants you to fail except the dark ones, yet even they are also working out their life plan. They too will one day recognize and acknowledge the greater truth, as all souls do on their journey home. At this time, if you haven't already, please deliberately embrace your sovereign authority to create. Unhook yourselves from one another out of guilt, obligation, or some idea you need to save someone else, and be the sovereign and free being you truly are. Make your own choices about your heart's desires. Support and love and connect with and encourage one another, but allow everyone their sovereign freedom and embrace yours too. Your ability to create your own life is far greater than you have yet realized. You already have far more ability to shift out of old patterns and be a new version, a chosen version of yourself than you've yet taken to heart and then simply acted upon. As this expanded, unified field of all that you are integrates the energy of all emanations of you, all expressions of you. From this universe and from other nearby universes, and then infuses your cellular matrix with this and your DNA. You are expanding and transforming in radical ways. A version of humanity is coming online in your very personal embodiment in a way that prepares you to fully participate in and perceive Earth's higher light expression.